Oh no, that's the beauty of what we're doing here is our professional comportment on a go forward basis. Good morrow, my lord.
Hey, Claude.
Hey,
How you doing?
what are you doing? What's that mean?
That's how Claude sounds now. Can't
What?
get him to
What are you talking
stop.
about? Like, I'm not Claude. I'm Merlin.
Oh, Google is
Google is Claude.
Claude. Yeah.
3, 2. New episode. Two things. New episode, video episode of Off Menu just went up
Ooh.
with Mark Gaddis.
Oh.
Now, do you know who that is?
Minecraft and the creator
Homes.
of Minecraft and the creator of his iteration of Minecraft.
He worked on League of Gentlemen. He did. He co-created with your boy Steven. Mm-hmm. And you know what else? According to now, I understand these boys are from England and they're different. They pronounce it Gatus, and I'd never heard that before. I thought we didn't say that
funny.
anymore. I thought we didn't say that anymore.
No.
Assigned Gatus at birth.
Oh. Not gonna do that. Is this the
There's
show?
only one joke about gender. How are you?
I'm all right.
What a tumultuous time we're having,
good.
just as a people.
Oh, yes. Yes. I have a cute, actually, I have a cute photo to
Okay,
send.
that'd be nice
you.
for our listeners.
Is this the show?
Oh, you want to do the show?
Hey, everybody. This is Hey, everybody.
Hey,
This is Do.
God damn it, Alex! I love you. I love you so much. But even when you're trying, you're not really trying.
That's not true. It's just that bad.
Cleanliness is next to Merlin's ability to use Descript. That's in the Pentateuch. Leviticus. That's where shit gets real. Deuteronomy. No, more like Deuteronomy. Sorry. That's
Dude.
3, 2. More like Deuteronomy. You. Stupid. Sometimes on Tuesday nights, every alternate, or as you say, alternate, Gatus. Every other Tuesday, I record with Syracuse, and as you know, I don't know. I have it doesn't matter. I don't want to explain my life to people, but I have a lot going on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's kind of cheek to jowl, and I really I love doing all these shows. But like Rectifs is usually like a bit of a, for lack of a better word, a bit of a production. Like there's a lot involved. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm sending things. I'm getting all jacked up and all worked up, and I don't get my heart rate is up, and I don't really go to bed until late, and I end up posting about music because that's what I get excited about. And so almost invariably on Wednesdays, sometimes I'm really late in terms of having my shit together. So I don't know if you get the best of my love. Maybe we need to do this on a different day, or maybe we should do a different host. Have you thought about that?
I am open to any and all sort of transitional things that you want, foreshadowing. However, I think that some of our best worst episodes have come after you've had a late night because you
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Coming in raw dogging it.
Yeah. Sure.
You ever have a raw dog? So get the really authentic one with the original drippy cheese on it. Oh man.
Oh God,
Ever have a raw
I don't
dog?
even know what that is.
I thought you liked eating out.
Fine.
Okay. Hey. Hey, Alex. Hey, hey, Alex.
Marilyn.
You want to do your intro?
This is Due by Friday, a weekly challenge podcast with Alex Cox and Merlin Mann. This week's challenge: think about transitions. Bloop, 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 bloop. I made it 8-bit.
You get that can mean a lot of things.
Oh, so many things.
I think my approach to this is going to be so boring and such a dad thing, but I think that's what makes it interesting. Not me, but I think it's what makes challenges interesting.
For the past 2 weeks, I've been bouncing around over all the types of transitions and thinking about all the great transitions. And you would occasionally drop in one of our super secret text channels, transitions, or let's transition together. And I never knew what it meant. And I was very
What?
excited to.
What do you mean? You didn't know? What's that mean? You
Because
said you've been thinking about it for 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
all sorts of transitions, but you would occasionally say, you would mention transitions, and I didn't know which angle it was at. And as you just said a few minutes ago, I make I make things weird.
You do.
So,
You make everything. I think the phrase I use. You make everything unbelievably weird. Like preternaturally weird. You take things that are not weird and you make them weird. You find them weird. You make them weird.
I don't think it's unbelievable. It might be unfathomable to you, but
Unfathomable. No, you said it right. Irreconcilable differences. Boy, you can really hear that train, can't you? That's the problem with getting my levels better, is then you can hear stuff.
yeah, you might hear Matty Cox. You might hear a Charlie cat or a
It's gonna be so
Francis
funny when I
cat.
figure out you never
Yeah.
actually really had pets.
The
You just imagine them. You might be hearing my spouse who's real, or you
I
might
might
be hearing
be,
my cat that's real.
I have nightmares
My
where
Canadian girlfriend is on a different time zone.
I thought for a solid decade that when my aunt said, "Oh, Alex, where's your boyfriend Robert? Is he still in Canada?" I thought that she
Oh my
was making
goodness.
fun of me for like, haha, Alex is always busy. And, high school, college.
Whoa, go slow, because this is interesting. Like, did you guys feel like you maybe weren't making the same joke and you didn't realize it or something?
We
You
weren't
interpreted different things from like the angle of that joke.
right,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
her and she was making fun of me for being closeted in the best. This is
And this is before you knew it.
Oh yes,
Okay.
well that's
I think
why
it's always
it was,
important to share with our listeners how many people knew you were queer before you did, including the Lord. If I'm being
It
honest.
was I think we might have
Sacristy's a pretty name for a girl.
oh hot. We might have mentioned this at the very beginning of 2026, because in December, I found out that my family made its own transition far before I knew about how we are going to love Alex no matter what's going on. And
Oh, that happened this year.
oh no like 20 years ago when I was
okay,
still
sorry.
in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, and but I didn't know that I'm not invited to the meetings. I was not informed of this
Right,
meeting.
right.
I don't know if I was and it wasn't like anything changed. I didn't notice anything weird until just a lot of family members were drunk in December, and they were like, they tend to.
I think it's called. I think the term in the DSM is seasonal Chicago honesty.
Yes, it is. It was very much like it was a very Polish party, and my spouse and I weren't drinking, and that's always it was another like zoo type situation where I'm just watching all of these people like through the looking glass of this is what it's like to be in my family, and then just talking about my aunt was like, yeah, man, I loved when I loved when Matchy came around, but wow, I miss Bob, I miss the boyfriend, I miss Robert, and I'm like, wait,
Is this her joke? This is
Oh,
like
yeah, they
this is
were-
like her. Okay, so I'm sorry. Okay, so look, I want to just because I'm super dumb and it's early. Okay, there's an episode of the Brady Bunch. Like so many of the great episodes of the Brady Bunch, the best episodes, in my opinion, are about the middle child and the problems they're having. Some of my favorite episodes involve Peter Brady, and of course, some of my favorites involve Jan Brady. And there's one where Jan, who is, I think a cis '60s girl title, and other people like have boyfriends, or like she wants a boyfriend. And did you ever see this episode? And I remember it being, this is a bit that a lot of people, if you've ever heard anybody use the name George Glass, this is where that joke comes from. Is that it goes, I think it might have been, I don't think it was Florence Henderson. I think it was probably Marcia. Oh, so Jan, who's your boyfriend? And she goes, George. And George who? And then they cut to an inset shot of a water glass on a table. And Jan goes, George Glass. So that's one kind of joke. That's one kind of joke, which is I just made up this boyfriend based on something I saw in the room. Another kind of joke, I don't know the provenance of this joke, but I feel like it's got the Canadian girlfriend bit. How do you describe the Canadian girlfriend? It's usually like a lonely guy who's like, he's constantly talking about his girlfriend, but his girlfriend lives in Canada. And she's obviously made up, right?
Yeah. I thought that it was a combination. She was making like a combination of those jokes, especially
but it's her joke. Was she letting you, like, were you meant to be in on the joke?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, but I was in on the wrong.
Weird.
Yes.
Thanks, Mima.
But I would like, we've talked about this before. We've said far, far worse things about one another. And this was like one of the many jokes that this was a benign thing. But I thought it was like, haha, Alex would, like she created this imaginary boyfriend.
Right.
And then, and I thought it was
it's
like,
less funny if
I was
she
a
made
sad,
it up.
No, it was, it was funny because actually his name at one point was Robert Screendoor, specific because
that I like. Robert Screendoor is a nice
but
name.
I think Robert Screen would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yes, but Screen Door, hat on a hat, like a door on a door.
Screen door.
But it was
Consider
no
Screen door a hat
because
on a hat?
I'm
sorry, I'm tearing supports
because,
off a woman while I'm talking to you.
Because George Glass, if it was
Yeah.
Robert Screen, like you don't say glass door, but you said screen door.
What the fuck?
And yeah, it
Does this make sense in your head?
No, it did
Screen? Okay. Anyways, and yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's such a mean bully. No, I'm not trying to accuse your family member of this necessarily. I don't know, but it is kind of a nasty family kind of thing to do. It's like, well, you're in my family, so I'm allowed to just take dumb shots at you about shit I've made up.
Oh yes, yes. And this was part of the
hey fatty, how's fat school?
Yep,
Excuse me.
yep.
Oh hey,
Yep.
I said hey fatty, how's fat school? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's just a running joke about you that I made up.
Yes.
Okay, it sounds like you're just kind of making fun of me. I don't know, how's fat school? Did you get an A in fat? Looks good on you. Is your hair supposed to look like that?
Oh yeah. Did you choose? Did you?
Yeah.
My favorite has over the years, and I have done this.
Is your hair supposed to look like that?
Or well, Catherine, why is your hair?
Catherine, why
like
is your
that?
hair? What is it, Catherine? Why is your hair like that? Is that it? No.
Catherine,
or why is
or
your?
It's like Catherine. Why is your? I think it's why is your hair?
I know.
Like it's. Veep is a treasure.
Wasn't that panel
boy.
hilarious?
Yes. Hey everybody.
Hey,
If you haven't rewatched Veep
Yeah,
in a while,
worth it.
I highly
It goes down
oh.
easy. It goes by fast, and for how many seasons of that show there are, it's amazing how quickly we went through the entire run. And I was like, oh man, it's already over.
Oh,
He saved the
what a
Dubonnet.
time.
Remember, save that lipstick.
She never even visited him.
I like that
No,
they
not
also
once.
just confront head on, like something I think we've talked about. I know my family's talked about is I say this, especially when we're watching the final season of Veep. I'll say to my family, I just love how they increasingly, Selena's not a good person. Like there's not even like a facade of Selena being a good person. And it makes the show so much better that she's not stupid, but she is callow. And maybe that's what makes her intelligence funnier. Like all the demands. Remember Gary with his shoulder? That very slow burn of introducing that Gary has this grave shoulder injury from carrying the giant bag.
Yeah,
And they just keep slowly introducing it, but like she is absolutely uninterested in Gary's suffering.
There's an amazing scene that it's not like a remarkable scene. She's on an some diplomatic trip, and she's talking to Ben, her chief of staff. And in the background, it is both his shoulder is fucked up, and he has accidentally
that period where he's
voted-
always at an angle.
Yeah, he's well, no. In this situation, for various reasons, he can't show his hand. And just in the background of this scene, I'd never noticed this before. He's trying to use his arm and shoulder to open a water bottle, but with only one.
Oh, right. Does he spill it on himself
like,
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And finally, Selena's like, "What's this? I don't want this." And just
Give me a yogurt.
first. So good.
My yeah, my wife Beth. My what is it? My wife Beth, my half sister, stepsister. That's the guy from Fargo. Can you fucking believe that guy?
I can't.
Jonah's
because I have
father
not
is the Zodiac guy, probably the Zodiac guy in Zodiac. He's so good in that. He's so good in Fargo. He's so John Carroll Lynch, something like that. I just love that actor so much. He's such an elevator. What a good show. Thanks for watching that with me.
love it. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
What did what sort of transitions did you think about this week?
I'm grateful for classes that my wife and I took when she was pregnant with a baby, and as white people in America, we took classes, and it was really, really good. And I've mentioned before this woman Molly who taught this class basically about how to it sounds like one of those like high school like classes for poor kids, like how to take care of a baby, but like it was really just a lot of stuff, that non-obvious stuff about baby things. It was just like this 3 or 4 weekly classes, and she was just so good at like getting through the BS of all this stuff and understanding, yeah, you're going to have anxiety, there's no way you're going to get rid of this anxiety, but here's all these things. But one of the million things that Molly said to us that has always stuck with me, and once you're aware of this thought technology, you start seeing it in a lot of places, in baby stuff and in life stuff. And Molly would say, just, transition times are the hardest times. So what is a transition time? I mean, it's so straightforward in some ways. A classic example of let's genericize it just a little bit. Let's say you've got a even like 3-year-old kid who's like very excited to be playing with their toys, their blocks or whatever, and you're like, okay, it's bath time now. We got to do bath time, and the kid's like, keeps playing. You're like, no, really, it's now we're moving on to bath time now, because we were having play time, but now I'm beginning a process here of getting you to do that next thing, which is bath time. And even though it's currently a somewhat fractious transition to get to bath time, there will be yet another fractious transition when we go from bath time to getting ready for bedtime. Do you follow? I mean, I know I'm putting this really, really stupid, but in order to understand the profundity of this, I feel like it's important to underscore like how basic this is for everybody. Transitions are like whenever we are going to move between two things. Let's just, for the sake of argument, I think a normal person would look at this and go, oh, a transition between A and B. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure. Another way to look at that is a transition from wherever we are now to whatever comes next. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, the plan, that's not our plan. Did you find, Mom, have you seen the hard drive with my film?
Nope, Gary. Nope,
Gary.
Nope.
I've stolen that entire bit from Gary. My humming noises are just straight up Gary title. But honestly, just, I don't know, I'm probably overstating this, but like I say, sometimes the fragility of the insight comes in the profundity of the stupidity. And just going like, it's really true for everybody. This morning, okay, how about this morning? I was up not super late last night, but, even if I went to bed at 10 on Tuesday nights, I'd be a little bit like fried on Wednesday mornings. It's, it's partly a me thing, but it's just kind of a way it works out thing. But like, that means this morning I had to make the transition from being in bed and to like, being here for the show, which is actually several transitions, and each of those transition times is hard. And the contrapoint I'm trying to make here, the contra indication, the thing I'm trying to say is, don't always just think of transitions as from A to B or whatever. Transitions are from here to wherever. And those, if you, and yeah, I mean, sure, like, yeah, there are like straight up things. It's hard to get your kid to go to bed every night. That never changes. Mostly, it depends. Everybody's different, but everybody has different things that are difficult transitions. But like, isn't part of a transition not really knowing exactly where this transition is going? Otherwise, it wouldn't really be a transition.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the hardest types, and this is another. A small one until you are experiencing it, is when, there's this simple transition between, okay, we have the transition of we are driving to a place and we have not planned or realized we're going to have another transition to, yes, we know that we need to transition from car to let's say you're going to a museum. It's like, okay, car to museum. Oh
Right.
wait, no,
You
we need
think
to
of
do
it
a
as a flight.
car.
You think of it as a flight from Chicago to New York, but it actually starts with you leaving the house and doesn't really end until you're back home again. That's all a
Right.
transition in some ways.
And suddenly it's like, oh, it is not just car to museum, it is car to the parking lot, and
To the parking
that
shuttle and yeah.
yes. And those unexpected ones are I don't know if people are at their best.
And candidly, not to make it a kid thing, but I have to say also, as soon as you said that, I immediately thought of the numerous times we flew somewhere, usually for family things that I would not consider a vacation, and you got your baby. And if you got a baby, guess what? You got all the baby stuff. So much baby stuff. There's like, but like there's, when we would go to like Providence or Boston, fly into Providence or Boston, we'd rent a car, and we'd have to bring along a car seat. And you have to bring your baby's the goddamn car seat, which is like a guillotine, a padded guillotine. Basically, it's a horrible device, and you got to take that and you check it and you hope it doesn't get wrecked, or because you can't go anywhere if you don't have a car seat. Right, the car seat becomes very critical to the success of the trip. But the point is, you get there. Okay, now you've arrived. Well, first of all, you're going to have to go to the bathroom. People got to go to the bathroom. You're going to have to change a diaper. You're going to have to like refuel, put your put your ring back in the lantern. All these different things for that next little charge of like you got to get to that shitty little car rental place. So like you got to either take a shuttle or a whatever to get to there. And then once you're there, you have all your luggage. You're still wheeling all your luggage around. Plus, by the way, did I mention you also have a baby and all the baby stuff? And then you got to get all the stuff into the car. You hope the car is ready. It smells like smoke. Your wife is mad. And then you got to get the car seat into the car and it's got to work and all those things. Like that's just, I think one reason I find travel so stressful is that if we accept that model of a transition being from something to we don't know, it's just it's a nonstop string of we don't knows. And that was just my angle on it. And I'm interested there's a reason I picked this amorphous challenge because I think it can mean so many different things. I just wanted to set a baseline for myself about, I think transitions are interesting. Well, maybe secondarily because you don't really know where you're going. But also secondarily, you don't always really know that a transition has started until you're already partway into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that could even include me like making a second coffee and like taking a shower and like, oh, I guess I'm in that transition now from going to that thing. But it's true in life too, where you're like, oh, I guess now I'm in that period where I've graduated from high school and I get weird, you know? I've read about this. This is a J.D. Salinger thing. I wish I was better prepped for this.
I think that I don't know if thrive, but manage transitions.
You throve.
I throve. I like transitions simply because simply is a bad adverb or whole adjective. I
Right.
like I enjoy the element of the unknown and having like, okay, here are all of the things that I've planned for, and part of the planning includes the like big TBD, and you don't even know sometimes when the a transition will suddenly start, and that could include
right.
you know,
Despite your preparation or what other people regard as your preparation, which again, it's like assigning you a joke about a boyfriend, but like apart from anybody's preparation, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the nose. I think that's the exact quote. You know that quote, right, from Mike Tyson?
No.
I think the way it's told most often is it's just in talking about like, you know, I think it was during an interview maybe where somebody was asking him about the approaches of different boxers and like, why are you so lethal against all these different fighters? You know, it's kind of like, you know, when people come on Survivor and you can tell they've got a plan about how they're going to do it. And this came up last night on Rectus, but I believe Mike Tyson is credited with saying, yeah, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
But you can also that's what I think I don't like thinking about it like that, because you know, I mean, if you think that you're going to get punched in the face, there's also, you know, I don't like this I don't want to make more metaphors. Like it could literally be, I'm going to go to the train station super early because, oh my gosh, this new bagel place might be opened. And then, oh, yay. Now there's suddenly a little transition to get a bagel, and I have more time. I didn't expect to have time to relax, but oh,
Right.
look, I do. Or then you can go up to the big, again, like meta, not even meta, but just like the big, oh, I did not expect to
Yeah,
start an
because you're not
incredible
fixated.
relationship
You're not
to a
necessarily.
person.
If you're in the right state of mind, you become less fixated on like. I think it's not just the goal. I think part of it, for me anyway, is like fixated on my anxiety about how not goal, not goal, not goal, not goal, still not goal, not goal, not goal. Like whoa, 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 whoa. Like you say, pop up 2 levels in that stack. Give yourself some context and go like, oh, that's right, I'm alive. There's that thing. There's that thing that I could agree to personally be very upset about, or I could look at the world. Oh, that's not always. Is that always an option? Jeez, I should remember that. That's really good. Not goal, not goal, not goal, not goal. Not living up to potential, Merlin.
I didn't realize how much I valued transitions until I had to mostly work from home because there are so many. I don't want to say lost opportunities, but there's just. I mean, one, I don't have an opportunity every morning to just experience the world in a different way than, from bed to corner of the bedroom. Whereas I also don't have
Because you're an American with a house and running water.
the
Makes it a little easier to not have to worry about it. You don't like lose a child on the way to the well, so
well,
fair enough. What a drudge. What drudgery.
well,
I can't decide which of my running water, clean water running sources to use today.
I like
I can shit here and drink there, and they never hit each other. Unless I want to.
I just like being put in a different
Yes.
context for various parts of the day to just get some
Isn't that thrilling? What you're describing,
perspective.
isn't that kind of a thrilling feeling? It is kind of a uniquely, to me, like, I don't want to oversell it, but if I understand what you're saying, like, okay, so you got on the train to go get the bagel, and then something changed. It didn't work out. Like maybe the train went the wrong way or whatever, and like and then how you feel about that. I always there's a phrase when I used to talk about getting things done. There's a phrase I forget, and it doesn't matter. But one of the benefits I got out of getting things done from early on was like I do think, in a way that sometimes I felt like even David Allen didn't fully understand. GTD was so good for a certain kind of worker. Not just a businessman on a plane. It's also good for people like us. And that's because we have jobs that are sometimes difficult to, perhaps are difficult to do. They're often very, very difficult to actually explain in detail to other people. It's difficult to explain what you do. It's difficult to explain how and why you do it. And it's difficult to explain how like whether it's going well. And so, but like, now I sound like one of my old YouTube videos, but like, when's the last time you had exactly one boss in the whole world? Like, there's just not that many people. The joke I used to make, which is a pretty true joke, is that my grandfather had one boss. And then under my grandfather, there were the people whose electricity he turned off. And that was it. That was the system. There was no confusion. They didn't have to have meetings about how well Grandpa Watson was doing with shutting off old people. Like he just showed up every day and did that job. I don't want to oversimplify it. It was a difficult time, but still, like that's pretty straightforward. But you've got so many people coming at you with so many different kinds of things that you just don't control. The power structure, given the way that we communicate now, or can choose to communicate now, the power differential is so screwed up in a way that like Inbox Zero couldn't help in a million years. And most of us, our reaction to that has just been pure nihilism about going like, I just can't anything anymore. I feel like, or I can fake it, or I can like write a script or whatever. But the thing I loved about GTD was if you worked that system, especially the, projects and tasks thing, you discover the most amazing thing is you do things like you stop thinking in 1 hour blocks is a huge one. And there's a joke I made in one of my Google Talks about how like if you go to, I bet this is still mostly true. If you click anywhere in a calendar app in anywhere that you create a GUI for creating calendar events, if you click to create a new event, I bet you there's an over 75% chance the default length is 1 hour, which is ludicrous. I mean, just for the reason I understand. Here's the thing. Now, why are people ludicrous? Why are you kidding? Meetings are an hour. You know why meetings are an hour? Meetings are an hour because meetings have always been an hour. Like, okay, so like in the case of where my wife works, they did a fascinating thing over 5 years ago, which they said from now on, all meetings start at 10 minutes after the hour. Every meeting that's scheduled here starts at 10 minutes after the hour and it ends, unless it doesn't, by the top of the hour at the latest. And everybody got better about meetings when they made it a weird time and a weird length. So if you click in there, I'm sorry, I'm ranting, but you click in a calendar and it makes a 1 hour event. Well, a skillful person eventually says, well, for one thing, I don't want my default for meetings to be an hour. Let's say for the sake of argument, what if my default for meetings were 16 minutes? And if I wanted it to be longer, I had to drag it. You've changed a default, like in your life. But then as far as the task, so like that's a knowledge worker trick. But related, I'm trying to relate to your bagel train thing here, where it's like, isn't it so thrilling in some ways? Nothing tastes better than canceled plans. Like if something happens and like if one of my dumb dingling hosts like is suddenly forgets that there's a podcast and that liberates 18 minutes of my time. There's a time in my life when I would have felt that 18 minutes was necessarily lost and I should be mad about it. But after I started doing GTD and started thinking about how I work differently, I mean, I'm still personally miffed at my terrible friends, but that's 18 minutes to do something. And that something could be me choosing to do, if you like, nothing. But that could be 18 minutes where I can quickly glance at my list and say, what's something I could do right now? Maybe even something fun, but that needs to be done. I could sharpen pencils. I could like figure out why I'm on the planet. I have 18 minutes that didn't exist before. And to me, that's the thrilling part. And it makes you feel a little bit more alive if you catch yourself not being mad at the bagel train.
I think when people hear GTD or hear like what we're talking about now, I've talked about it with people before, and they sort of project like, oh God, isn't that like a sort of like grind set thing where you always have something queued up? And it's like, no, like my lists are like fun shit. Like half of
that's like thinking that breathing is work.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, yeah, I guess that's, if you choose to look at it that way, you could, or you could say, this is my life and I've decided to make decisions about it. And I will not be put off by people who think I'm self-involved because I care about my life. Well, Dear me, what an odd way to steal valor from all of the dead. To be so fucking high on your horse about other people thinking their life is worthwhile. Whoa, I have a mortgage. Huh, wow. I wish I'd known earlier, you poor thing.
I understand where our folks are coming from, but it does make me just it bums me out that like the hour meeting, that is the default.
Yeah, but the bumming out part isn't also, Alex, isn't the bumming out part also like, hey, you're the fucking idiot, you're the weirdo. What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be an hour? Meetings are an hour. Meetings are an hour. Meetings are an hour. Mine. And you're like, wait, can you guys mine? Can you guys just turn off the fucking hive mind for a second? Can you turn off your cordyceps for 1 little second and like talk like a person? Not goal.
I'd want to extend grace to that way of thinking, though, because
are you high? What the fuck does that mean? You want to extend grace?
Because
no, you're just funny. Your changes in tone are funny, and I shouldn't know that. I like it. It means a lot to me.
I make things weird.
You make things incredibly weird, unnecessarily weird. You create homework.
I do. And
you create emotional homework. I do that.
I tend to because
once you've told everybody in your life how you are, they have to respect it. I think that's the rule.
Well, I wish that
tell
was
people
the
they have
rule,
ADHD.
but
From then on, they have to just accept that you're late for things. It's part of your disability.
I mean,
and your bold, brave journey. Not you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other podcast hosts. Who? What? How did you get this number? Please drive around to the first window. Yeah, Mark Gatiss. We don't think we say that anymore. He's also he's also the head of the Iron Bank. Remember when Stannis and Sir Davos go to the Iron Bank to try and get money to beat the when Stannis is he's trying to usurp the crown and whatnot, and he's got Sir Davos with him. Remember, and they go and they visit the Iron Bank, and that's when they meet with Mark Gatiss.
No, because I do remember their.
It's early on.
travels
It's
to
probably
the
second
Iron-
season.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Usually, when I picture a scene of Game of Thrones, I'm like, oh, what outfit is that, and what wig was that? Because then I can sort of
Absolutely. That's how I
season.
find things with my kid. I try to figure out what phase he was in, and then find a photo from around that. As if it's a form of reverse triangulation. Start with life and try to find a fact. Start with a fact and try to find life.
Oh, that sounds healthy.
I want to blow your mind a little bit, real quick in passing. I don't know why. So do you think you'll watch this off menu?
Yes.
Okay. You know this guy. You like this guy, right?
Yes.
And he's very, as a collaborator with Stephen. Oh my God.
Stephen Moffat?
Yes. Stephen Moffat, Stephen Merchant, Stephen Merritt. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Stephen Moffat does Doctor Who. Stephen Merritt does the magnetic fields and the wasps. Stephen Merchant is the tall guy on The Office. The bug-eyed, the goggle-eyed bastard.
Okay.
Ricky Gervais's partner on The Office.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. His partner. Okay, so wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, first of all, also, Sherlock, still great. Still great. The first episode of Sherlock, holy fucking shit. I love that show. Here's the other thing, though. Okay, so, transition. Now, should we have a sound for that? No. Or,
What?
is that the transition sound?
No. Transitions offer opportunity.
How about if it's just a late 70s Tom Waits going, change? That's not a bit. I just made that up and it's not funny. Here's the thing. Here's what I want to get across to you. Okay, so you've seen some different seasons of Taskmaster. Mm-hmm. Did you see the one with our girl from the Dip, Daisy, not Daisy May Cooper, but Maisie Adam? You saw the season with Maisie Adam? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you remember the guy in the coat with the glasses? The guy who looked like Withnail and I? He's the middle guy. He's slightly older than the others. You got Phil.
Yeah.
That season. You remember that? And you remember that guy? And he always wore like a kerchief,
Yes.
And he built great stuff.
He
He built great. Yeah. And he built great stuff for the. Okay. Do you know that guy, Reese Shearsmith? Do you know him?
I know
You've heard of
he's
him.
a big deal. Yeah.
Okay. You got that. How about this? The season of Taskmaster with Joanne. I can't believe how sharp I still am, honestly. With Joanne McNally and with Nate the Great from Ted Lasso. Remember that fun season?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the older guy with the white hair and he and Nick Mohammed do the bit where they eat each other's poop at the end?
Oh God.
The white-haired guy? The white-haired older guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. I just want to get through this because I suspect you aren't aware of this. I'm not pitching you on this, but it is going to, I think, maybe blow your mind a little bit. Mark Gatiss. I want to get the exact name for this. Mark Gatiss, okay, from the thing. And then you get Reese Shearsmith, right? And Steve Pemberton.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm,
Have you ever heard of the League of Gentlemen?
A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Is this a different thing? I assume?
Google the League of Gentlemen. And Steve Pemberton, Mark Gatiss, and Reese Shearsmith are the three primary performers on probably the most bananas show that ever ran on Comedy Central. A very weird, very fucking weird, very dark. Because Reese Shearsmith, his whole thing, obviously I'm probably pressing the edges of what one can remember about somebody they never heard of, but Reese Shearsmith he's almost reminds me a little bit of Guillermo del Toro or Edgar Wright. He's obviously, or Mark Gatiss for that matter. All those guys are very into like the horror genre.
Yeah.
Like, or like stuff like Garth Marenghi, those kinds of things. Like there's that love of like hammer horror stuff or like folk horror and all that. In England, that's such a great thing. Mark Gatiss has actually he has a documentary series on.
Yeah,
he did on horror movies, right? But did you Google that and look at those images of what they look like on that show?
This is
The guy with the nose, the stuck-up nose, that's Steve Pemberton. That's the white-haired guy on Taskmaster.
Oh boy. I was gonna say it's a tall order to say something. It's the weirdest
Alex,
thing.
The commercials for this were so upsetting.
Oh.
Yeah, Royston Vasey. It's not a good place to stay.
Oh, I don't know.
It's about like this crazy English village where they hate strangers, but like they use that as a jumping off point to some of the craziest. But look at Mark Gatiss.
Oh, I'm so distracted by how upsetting these faces are.
The nose is the bad one, right? Don't you think?
Oh, well, I mean, there's also someone looks like
there's a lot of teeth
Gladys, and there's the noses, the teeth. And this was on the American.
I don't want to see. So it was on Comedy Central here. I imagine it was probably maybe Channel 4. I don't know.
Nope, BBC 2.
Oh,
what
wow,
the
really?
fuck are they doing there?
Man, I'm on such an Adam Curtis jag right now. I've been going through his. I think in some ways, some of his best and most approachable work is just some of his just meat and potatoes 3 or 4 part documentary series. The less sexy, less well-known stuff. You know what I mean? Like Hypernormalization, I think is special, personally. Bitter Lake, I could watch once a month. Our History with Saudi Arabia. But the Century of the Self, about Freud's nephew inventing public relations and changing Western culture. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just on such a jag with his stuff right now. The more English stuff I watch, the more English stuff freaks me out. And I could totally imagine this little village, this horrible. It's called Local Shop. Is the name of the place.
Yep. I don't like this.
But just tossing it out there because it's kind of funny. It would be funny if you just went and listened and say, "Oh my God, I had no idea Mark Gatiss did the Weasley father." Mm-hmm. I told you this before that he was on a show with Paul Whitehouse.
He
was in a sketch Arthur Weasley. Is that his name?
Oh, okay. So he is.
That's Harry Potter a word. The father, the red-haired father.
What's isn't the Dursley dad in something?
Oh, he's in lots of stuff. Yeah, Richard Griffiths. He's a classic. Ooh. And Mrs. Dursley is a fucking smoke show. Tell you what.
She is. Yes.
Like to blow up her bulldog.
Oh God.
I thought you liked dogs.
What is your current recommendation for an Adam Curtis starting point other than hypernormalization for folks?
Okay. Hey, thank you for asking that. I'm clicking. Oh my God, the video you sent of Jonah. I love Beth. She's so goddamn funny. And and she's almost like has a role similar to
Joni.
Had a role kind of similar to Aunt Tiffany on Righteous Gemstones. Just so fucking funny. All right, where are my people? Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, no, Billy's texting me. My gosh. Okay. Oh, so I sent this to Syracuse. Okay, one that I think is very interesting. I think Century of the Self is really good. That you can get that in series, episode by episode on YouTube. And the other one, I'm so sorry. I sent Syracuse the wrong link. And it's called The Trap. Yeah, The Trap. Look up Adam Curtis, The Trap. Because, there's that thing that kind of is a grace note through all of his stuff about, there's these certain themes that come up a lot. One is just because I've edited this to look like a conspiracy theory does not mean it's about conspiracy theories. Guess what? This is a movie edited like it's about conspiracy theories, telling you that most conspiracy theories are bullshit and that there's a very good reason why things happen. And that's the worst part of it. And one of them is we gave all the power to the banks. That keeps coming up again and again and again. Hypernormalization, after you get through that the grisly blood at the beginning, you get to that day in 1975 when, New York City was selling bonds and nobody wanted to buy them anymore. Right? So so here's The Trap. A great one that's really great also is Shifty. I really like Shifty. Okay, so this is called The Trap. What Happened to Our Dream of Freedom, March 2007. 3 60-minute episodes explore the modern concept and definition of freedom, specifically how a simplistic model of human beings as self-seeking, almost robotic creatures led to today's idea of freedom. And I just found it very informative, because what made this come up with on Rectifs last night was it's just this neoliberal fucking 90s bullshit where the Blair government, in a nutshell, started coming up with targets for everything. Like they tried to quantify like everything and put a target on it. If you hit your target, you got a bonus. If you didn't hit your target, you could have a problem. And Adam Curtis just lays out chapter and verse all the shitty ways that people hit their target by doing some kind of workaround. Like hospitals cleared their ENA rate faster by putting wheels on gurneys so that they could put people in hallways without calling it a bed. The cops would change the charge on something. To this, people who were doing diagnosis inside an emergency room would do stuff like they would only treat the easy ones just so they got their clearance. I mean, it's typical The Wire kind of, bullshit, but I think that's a pretty good one. I don't know. What do you think? What would you think? We're talking here about like, if you're interested in this, but you're not pot committed to like everything. Like I've got 3 different coax channels that just run Adam Curtis stuff. I just dip in and out. What's memorable for you?
It's hard because most
Trauma
people,
Zone, Russia Trauma Zone, very good.
So
it's just not that easy to start with because there's no narration. You have to read.
I recommend Trauma Zone to a certain type of like dad who's really into not necessarily Ken Burns, but
maybe
really
but somebody like my age who lived through that, and you're like, wait a minute, the Soviet Union was that fragile the entire time? We had no idea how fragile things were there. No idea. I mean, honestly, Chernobyl was a big wake-up call in some ways, but it didn't end then. As you'll see, when do you get into fucking Yeltsin? The great reformer Yeltsin has come in, and then just watch like 35 minutes of him drunkenly making women dance with him. Hey, 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 hey.
Just shootouts in car factories.
If you kind of say
normal.
Like Russian dash cams, that's probably in bad taste. But if I could say, if you haven't done it recently, why don't you treat yourself and just go look for some YouTube videos? Just look for Yeltsin dancing title.
No,
Alex, have you ever looked for videos of Yeltsin dancing?
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna keep the sound off, but I'm gonna encourage both of us because the thing is, he would drink a lot. Did you know that?
Oh no!
Boris Yeltsin.
On the campaign trail. I didn't even. Oh no, I did type Yeltsin dancing, but
dancing.
yep, all these photographs you can see that.
Yes, it's Yeltsin dancing. Boris Yeltsin dancing. That's a pretty name for a girl. Oh, Yeltsin on campaign trail. Yeah, that's a classic. Well, that's okay. Now watch that one with the sound off, and then I'm going to make the noise of what I think his dancing sounds like. This is how he dances.
All right.
When he really gets going. Look, he really, the thing is, he's got the white guy arms. He's got white guy arms big time. White men think you dance. White men think you dance with your arms, and black people know you dance with your butt.
His oh my God,
there's more than one.
I got nothing.
There's more than one. There's one. I think there's one where he tries to get Bill Clinton to dance with him.
Oh, jeez.
Look at him. But he's doing it like he's way beyond Balmer, beyond like any of those other funny, like Howard Dean demonstrative, like, oh my goodness, do you know how this looks? He's in this Yeltsin on campaign trail. He is really getting into it. He's still going. And now he looks like he's throwing 2 handfuls of jelly beans from atop his head.
I was going to say, this is like he's throwing the rice at the bride.
So do you have a meeting or anything? Oh, I'm good.
Oh, boy.
One more. Give me more jelly beans, please.
I recommend hyper-normalization to most people my age, or the I think it's called Machines of Love and Grace.
Looked over by Machines of Love and Grace.
Yes, and that's a.
Is that from Trout Fishing in America? What's that from? That's a famous quote.
It's from a poem. I thought
it might be Trout Fishing in America. Machines. Loving Grace.
I used to know this. Oh, and if you're just like a total freak, Century of the South, the Freud one.
Oh God, so you've seen that one?
So good, yeah. I like it's weird.
I mean, but isn't it kind of fucking wild? Mm-hmm. And it's all that stuff where you're like, I said this to Syracuse because like some of my favorite insights in life are on the face of it incredibly stupid, but that's kind of the point. There was a time when Sigmund Freud's nephew invented an idea. I'm going to just go into Adam Curtis mode for a minute. Now, it might surprise you to know that this, first of all, you may not know that Sigmund Freud's nephew is one of the most low-key influential characters of the early to mid 20th century. Okay. And he invented public relations. More saliently, what he invented is the idea that if you can convince people that buying a product will make them happy, they'll buy it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So wait, I'm sorry. What are you saying? Like, that's like saying, how do you know air is air? No, that isn't how they used to advertise products. Products used to be advertised, as Adam Curtis says, by durability or price or whatever. But the whole idea of like, my Uncle Sigmund says cigarettes are about penis, or because cigarettes are a phallic device, and women smoking cigarettes are expressing, are unintentionally expressing radical amounts of freedom because they've gotten over their penis envy by smoking a cigarette in public. This was a strategy. Mm-hmm. And it worked. And that concept didn't exist before, but they went straight from zero to wackadoo in like 5 years. And then you just get into all that crazy stuff. You get the Madman stuff, Lucky Strikes is toasted.
I understand how people can watch Adam Curtis stuff. And I mean, you mentioned you're just like overwhelmed with sort of this case of...
It's a lot of info. It's a lot to pay attention to.
I mean, beyond that, though, afterwards, you're like, you just have this like amplified nihilism.
Yeah.
And,
no, absolutely. Absolutely.
When you see it's like, wait, this was only 5 years. Like it doesn't need to be this.
It didn't take a century.
Way. Like it did. And it's like, okay, the hyper-normalization, the hyper is doing a lot of work there, but it's like, no, we can see this happening. Like it is really bad. And instead of just being like, this is not normal. Like it's like,
oh, right.
Different types of, the Cheeto and Chief.
Yeah.
Like,
but did you watch Rosie O'Donnell? She fucking slayed. She was so good.
What did she?
Oh, she's guesting for Jimmy. She's just guesting for Jimmy Kimmel this week, and her Monday. I mean, whatever. She's very, very gifted at what she does. She always has been, and I don't think she always gets the credit that she's due for what she did with her TV show, her talk show. I mean, that was a really good show. I used to watch that show as a man in my 30s. I
came home from school like every
because didn't she feel like your pal?
My mom was watching it. I'd come home and she was like throwing koosh balls
and like but having fun and like. Do you remember how she would just get really into one song for a while?
Yes.
How bizarre! And she would just play the How Bizarre song like over and over. Which, by the way, that song still bangs. That band is from New Zealand.
Oh, wait.
Remember How Bizarre?
I knew that.
It's a really interesting story, actually. And the woman in that video is actually just a guest vocalist on that song, even though she kind of seems like the star. How bizarre.
Bizarre song notes. Well, I have it already.
Every time I look around. I love a 3-chord chorus.
She holds another. I thought this was just a me thing, but apparently a lot of people around my age in their 30s, or like for the longest time, she was even more closeted than Ellen, and it was kind of a like.
Sorry, man. Oh, I lost a step. Who are you talking about?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And like you'd go to the grocery store and there'd be tabloids of like,
she seems like your Aunt Joe's roommate.
Yes, and it was this weird thing where the moms would be like, "Oh, I'm sure it's not true. It's not true. She's just," and that really
you might as well at that time you might as well say this woman bathes in blood. You're like, I don't know if she bathes in blood. She kind of seems like she might be one of those. I had a friend. My dad had a friend in college who bathed in blood.
The
Real nice guy.
called the Boston Bloodbath.
Really sharp,
yeah.
sharp dresser. Loved to ice skate. Can I read you a poem?
Yes, please.
By Richard Brautigan. So just bear with me. This will take a second, but stick with me. I like to think, and the sooner the better, of a cybernetic meadow where mammals and computers live together in mutually programming harmony, like pure water touching clear sky. I like to think, right now, please, of a cybernetic forest filled with pines and electronics where deer stroll peacefully past computers as if they were flowers with spinning blossoms. I like to think, it has to be, of a cybernetic ecology where we are all free of our labors and joined back to nature, return to our mammal brothers and sisters and all watched over by machines of loving grace.
That's on my wall, actually. Is that from American Trout? Is it part of the
How's that on your wall? What the fuck? You had that poem on your wall the whole time? Wasn't that reading pretty good for a cold reading?
Yeah, yes. Oh, I didn't know it was. Yeah, no, this
No,
is
no,
just,
I had that memorized, Alex. Jesus Christ.
No,
what's
are
we on the same
reading?
show?
Like,
What's happening?
No, like a cold reading as in you...
You guys are going to be so briefly sad when I'm dead. Just so briefly.
Why?
So briefly, slightly sad when I'm dead.
Why briefly? Good Lord.
So briefly. So briefly, but you're going to go, you know what? Sometimes he was kind of funny.
Oh my God.
And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to it at 1x.
Is that poem,
for as long as I can handle it. And I'll realize that he just totally freeballed the name of a documentary series to an obscure book he never finished, a poem he remembered he liked reading, a guy's name, pulled it together, and then read it with the correct enjambment.
This is a
very briefly,
thing.
You're going to be so sad when I die.
This is a weird thing for weirdos where I thought that because I mean, Donna Haraway talks. That's when I was initially introduced to this. What'd
that mean?
Donna Haraway, who wrote the Cyborg Manifesto and was like, this was at the beginning of the
so this
book.
has come across your transom before.
This is, yes,
Roger,
a lot of a type of gay nerd is very, it's, I made the assumption, the way that you think, look at this is one of those things. Hey, everybody.
The mic's picking your voice up fine. It really is.
Merlin thinks I know
it's like
a lot of bands.
Like Conan and Blay.
And I mistakenly thought...
The microphone is so sensitive. You don't need...
I mistakenly thought
I just like the way he treats Blay. I think the way he treats Blay is funny. I hope he's not actually
You don't
awful.
need to talk into it like that. You don't need to...
Well, sometimes when we're getting ready to start the show, we'll be talking about what we... This is the guy in the room who just keeps yelling suggestions. Richard Brautigan. What is it you brought again? Richard Brautigan. You brought him again? Richard Brautigan.
I'm going. No. Reverse belt for that. When you were thinking about transitions for the past 2 weeks, was it only when you were in the midst of a transition?
No.
Or
no.
Okay.
No. It's a good question. It's a good question, huh?
Say more about that.
Say more about that.
Heard too much NPR this week.
Boy, you know who I have a crush on is Rachel Martin. Man, she is cute as fuck. Have you watched her show with the cards?
No, I've not.
You haven't.
I don't.
She has an interview with. Oh, I thought we talked about
she's the
this.
one who does the.
She did
not
the
the
cards.
tarot card.
Cards.
Yeah,
I keep saying cards, and you keep not saying you're right, Merlin. The cards. It's called Card Show or something.
I was mistaken because I thought I had not seen it, but I
think I
have.
pitched you on the Chris Fleming
episode,
which is I thought very, very good.
It's
but
one
she
of
is
those
cute.
shows...
What I'm saying is she's very talented. Whatever. She's cute as hell. She's on my TV
very
girlfriends.
Talented,
she's on my TV news
but...
girlfriends list. I have a whole list.
Is there a spreadsheet?
Is there a Mr. Spreadsheet?
Yes.